All right, everyone, I am in East Cleveland, Ohio, one of the poorest cities in this entire country. I'm driving up past the Huron Apartments. It was a really big apartment complex that sits empty today. And it's open. You can just walk right in there. Now I'm not going to, because it is a hive of illegal activity, as you can well imagine. But the windows are all broken out. You can just go in there. Man, and this road, look at this. This is almost undrivable. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, just trash is littered everywhere. And the city simply doesn't have enough money to tear it down. So there it sits. And like I said, as you can well imagine, it is a magnet for crime. The poverty rate, and especially the children's poverty rate, is shockingly high in this town. One of the highest in the entire country. There's just a shocking amount of blight here. You got to be really careful driving too. You really have to dodge these potholes. There's a market here, United Market, and right here is a neighborhood that looks like they're finally going to clear out. It's really bad. It's blocked off. Can't drive down there anymore, but it looks like they're finally going to clear that out. Got a tractor here. They've needed to do that for a long time. Yeah, see a lot of this here. Yeah, here's some of the blight that you see in the city. Not sure what these buildings were. There's a couch if anybody needs one on the ground. I'm thinking maybe these were apartment buildings. Not sure. What do you guys think? Been empty a long time. There's a suitcase if anyone needs one right there. Yeah. Now look at this over here. These have been empty a long time as well. Wow. That's pretty rough. houses here. Oh. Yeah, I saw something over here. R.I.P. D.D. Tonio. Think something happened to someone there. Yeah, it's just amazing. You can tell these houses. Ooh, big pothole. These houses were incredible at one time. Look how big that one is. That's just beautiful. Now I'm driving up to Euclid Street, which is a historically significant street in this area. I'm going to get on it and I'll tell you about it. Now, East Cleveland started out as a small trading community, a trading post. But by the late 1800s, it had become one of the wealthiest places in this United States. This was called Millionaire's Row, this area here. Some of the richest people in the country lived here, including the richest person in the country, John D. Rockefeller. He had a house here. You can see it in the houses. I mean, look at them. You put these in good condition anywhere else in the U.S., and these are $1 million plus houses. Anyway, John D. Rockefeller, like I said, he lived here. He was the wealthiest person on earth, and he's the wealthiest person in history. His money, the wealth he had in today's dollars, would make him the richest person on earth right now. But then the economy collapsed, industry declined, white flight happened, massive white flight. With that massive population decline and loss of tax revenue. And so the city, as far as money it had to have even the simplest city services, it didn't have it anymore. The black people that were still here were left with a city that had virtually no income, which is why it looks the way it does today. I was reading that the local citizens here, the people that live here, actually fill in the potholes that you see all over themselves, because the city doesn't have any money for potholes. Now, with the loss of the tax base came corruption, lots of it, from the mayor down to cops on the streets who would write fake tickets to generate revenue for the city. And because of that, the city has flirted with bankruptcy for the past 40 plus years. Now, as you can imagine, the poverty, it's really high here. For the town overall, it's 46%, but what's really bad is children's poverty. It is above 50%. That is among the highest in the country. And in fact, I think it's the highest of a suburb in the United States. Because usually suburbs are prosperous, but not this one. Median home value here is $49,000. Now, to give you an idea how bad that is, the suburb right next door, Cleveland Heights, its median home value is $102,000, right next door. There is a neighborhood on the other side, right next door. Its median home value is $270,000. So East Cleveland is just sandwiched in between these prosperous areas. Now, I was reading that in 2016, there was a proposal for Cleveland to annex East Cleveland, but apparently the three city council members wanted to stay on as special advisors and retain their six-figure incomes. And so the city of Cleveland 86'd it. And so the city remains in really bad shape. With no sign of it getting better anytime soon. Coming upon the fire station, I was reading that the fire engines were donated from local cities or cities in the area, because East Cleveland just doesn't have enough money to buy them. Anyway, here's some of the numbers. Population of the town in the 70s was 40,000. Today there are under 14,000. Median age is 40. To give you an idea how the town is aging and now experiencing black flight, in the year 2000, the median age was 34. So the city is getting older. As, like I said, now it is experiencing black flight. These kids are growing up that live here, and they're moving away, and who can blame them? 56% of the town is female, 44% male. It's 89% black, 8% white, 1% Hispanic, 1% Asian, 1% mixed. You can see that these houses at one time were amazing. And you come up across lots here. This is where houses have been torn down. And the places, many places, is becoming urban prairie, as they call it. There's a big pothole I gotta dodge. Anyway, some of the other numbers. 19% of the town is married versus 50% of the U.S. So that is a really low number. That's single mothers on welfare, and that's the reason for the high children's poverty. 51% of the females that live here have never married. Another 19% are divorced. So what is that? That's 70% of the town, or 70% of the women who live here are single. And 17% are married. So that's all interesting numbers that kind of tell the story of what's going on in this town and why children's poverty is so high here. You can see it in these numbers as well. The unemployment rate in East Cleveland is 19%. In Cleveland, right next door, it's 4.2%, and in the U.S. as a whole, it's 3.6%. Now, the median household income in this town is $21,700 a year. That's a little over $400 a week. You break that down over a 40-hour work week, that's $10 an hour. That's household income. That's not per capita or individual income. That's household income, $400 a week. That's everybody that lives in a house who's over the age of 15. That is astonishing. And yet, as I drive through the town, I'll see a house like this. It's a masterpiece. So is the one next door. This one's not bad either. It's unreal. The unbelievable homes that are in this town. You can see the former wealth. There's no question about it. This was a wealthy town 100 years ago. Now you're probably wondering about crime. It's actually not bad. Last year, overall crime was 27 incidents per 1,000 people. The U.S. average is 23. Violent crime was 6 per 1,000 people. The U.S. average is 4. And property crime was 21 per 1,000. U.S. average is 20. So those numbers are just a little bit higher than the U.S. average. But that being said, from what I understand, is a lot of crime here is unreported because of the do not snitch culture that is in this town. Yeah, it's just blight everywhere. It's crazy. East Cleveland doesn't really have like a traditional downtown, or I guess if it did, this is it. But a lot of it is closed up. You can see that the city is working on improving things, though. I was looking at some older pictures. This area here was old, blighted, decaying buildings, and they've made a park out of it. They still got more work to do. You can see the buildings across the way there. But yeah, you see some landscaping. And you can see they're working here, tearing down old buildings. These were decayed old buildings too. I saw some old pictures. Yeah. Looks like they're getting ready to tear that building down. So, things are happening here. Yeah, you can see it's a nice park. I'm trying to find a house for sale. Because keep in mind, the houses here, or the median home value is $49,000, and I'm looking at all these houses. I'm curious what they would sell for. I'm sure you guys are too. What would a house like that one right there, the blue one, sell for? That one's got to be raised, or needs to be. It's like it caught on fire. That was some kind of house in its day. So was that one. Now that one is sitting empty. You can see the streets were once magnificent. And the houses, no question. Anyway, I'm going to do a minute or two just showing you the houses here that are all over this town. Just incredible homes. In a town where the median home value is $49,000. What would you pay for one of these? I couldn't find any for sale. Wow. Well, I've got myself involved in a Animal Crossing here. Something else that's interesting about the women who live here, 66% of the businesses in this town were founded and are run by women. That's a really high percentage. In the rest of the U.S. as a whole, it's only 33%. Yes, I am in East Cleveland. There are pockets, very small pockets like this, with beautiful homes. But I got to tell you, the wealth disparity here in this town, it's shockingly vivid. 82% of the town lives on under $50,000 a year household income. 1% of the town lives on $200,000 a year. So you've got very small areas like this, and great majority what I've been showing you. You wonder what it's like living here in this town in homes like these. You know, with the incredible blight that is just a couple streets away, quite frankly. I'm just 2-3 streets away from Euclid Avenue. You go through, torn up looking homes to get to this. It's something unlike anything I've ever seen. It's crazy. All right, everyone, I'm going to call it a day for this video. This town is really depressing, and it's really getting to me. So I'm going to get on out of here. Next up, we are heading to upstate New York. So be looking for that.